Welcome, everyone, to the Freestyle Cast. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello.
All right, so for whatever reason, my laptop maybe is just angry at my light in my room and just does not want to do casts in there anymore. So I go right in the living room, and it turns out that the picture is so much better, right? Obviously.
Yeah, because I think, like you said, you have that lamp literally at your side there, and it's blowing, and it's blowing. It's hitting you here. I think
it's so much clearer, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but so, you know what? Maybe we'll do some casts in here for now. The lighting's so much better. We could talk about some things. There's going to be, I said, well, I actually got some news that I want to talk about. Turns out that the other day I don't know if I talked to you about it, Scott, but I'll tell the subscribers. I had a conversation with my publisher because I really want to do another book. You know that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't about doing another book, but it was just about some of the old books. A long time ago, when I went to Hurricane Sandy, I had lost a lot of damages. A lot of stuff of mine got damaged. And two of the things that got damaged was the copies that I had of Shadows, Rain, and Dark Days got wrecked.
Yeah.
And I called up the publisher recently.
You posted a few pictures of at least that Shadows, Rain.
Yeah. And I called up the publisher, and there's some things I wanted to do with Shadows, Rain because I didn't like the color schematic in the back. You can't see the characters. Certain things went wrong when I went to do the book.
Yeah.
You couldn't make out the characters. The one especially in the back cover. So I was concerned with that, and there was certain things that I wanted, because the problem is a lot of things. I was putting out so many books back then, and I missed something.
Yeah.
So because I could never fix it, I never really promoted it. You know what I'm saying, with the both books. So I had finally come to the conclusion that before I would do a new book, I wanted to go backwards, and I wanted to fix what I didn't fix before. And I was ready to say, you know what, I'm going to pay the money, I'm going to go in there. So they were very nice, the people in, my publisher, and they actually sent me complimentary copies of my book, and they're willing to, cut the cost down to go in there. And I was so happy that after not even a couple of days, they rapidly shipped me my book that I put pictures on Facebook tonight. I got Shadows Rain in the mail. That I just, stuff like that, like that people would take the time out to identify how much stuff means to me, and to just boom, pop that out there so damn fast. Because the moment I get the book, what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the book, I'm going to see what's wrong with it, and then I'm going to write notes, and then I'm going to do some edits, and I'm going to basically, I might want to put some more stuff in there, and make it bigger or something. And not that I want to make it, look, I know the thing about going in there like George Lucas going in and I'm not going to mess the book up. There's certain things that I have.
Yeah, you just got to tweak it just
certain things like the pitch. See, the cover came out kind of blurred a little bit in the back. So, and that's a big deal to me. And also there was a thing with something got duplicated, a page, and then they lost a page. So I always felt, oh, wow, where the hell is that page? So now I got to go to my notes. I got to find the page. I got to put it back in. So I have to fix the book, and Dark Days too. I have to fix the book when it comes. So I'm going to be going back in, and then we're sort of like rebranding those books, because now that it's going to be fixed and complete, I'm going to be pushing those books and marketing those books and getting a whole bunch of boxes of those books delivered and getting them. And I'm really like gung-ho getting all this stuff out. So there's going to be a rebranding of certain things. And then in order for that's why I did the cryptic messages on Facebook, and I put the message about Quantum Leap on the striving to make right what once went wrong. Yeah, so basically, yeah, I'm going to fix the 2 books that little tweaks things, because there was also, and that's the thing. I'm not going to go to every book, but certain things like if one of my books, like 9 Years Time, is blurry. Like I didn't realize it because I thought it was artistic. It's not artistic.
Yeah.
It's you can't see the damn words with the cover.
Damn.
So when you go to look up 9 Years Time, it's so glowing or whatever so much you can't even see the damn title. So that's a problem. That's a problem. So I need to fix shit, because if you want to buy my books, you got to see the damn title. And if you can't see the damn title, you might as well just, that's the thing. So I have to literally go back, and in some cases I have to make the book darker, like the cover, the color. It's just simple color tweaking, The color's got to change, or it's got to be brighter or darker. And, with 9 Years Time, it's too damn bright. You can't see the words of the title. With Shadow's Reign, you can't see the character on the back. With Dark Days, there was other few things too. It's like the way you know what it is? You don't realize how much stuff means, but when you're putting words in the back of a book, and then the book is set up for a certain color, you don't realize that color can make it where you can't even see the description of the words. And I don't think like that, and as I do new books, I realize, that looks like shit because I need to fix that, or I realize,
like the old saying, I do my best editing after I hit send.
So the thing is, there was one book that I had that the cover was so amazing, right?
Yeah.
Front and back, that I felt by putting my face on the back, I ruined the cover. So I took my face off, and I took everything off, and I just showed the cover where it was meant to be shown, and you never see my face on the back. You never see, and I felt that was so much better, because me actually showing my face on the book kind of made it worse. So I wanted to make it perfect, and that meant eliminating me, So I have to, fix minor things. Of course, the Shadow's Reign, there was something was duplicated. That's a major thing. But I have to fix it. And at the same time, like, I don't want to start messing with it so much, because I know there's stuff I don't like when George Lucas starts doing things with Star Wars things. While I'm there, I'm going to be like, well, I wanted to. So I'm luckily, I had foreseen this.
Oh, nice.
And I had made messages to myself. In the past, I have warning things telling me, yo, asshole, don't fucking like screw up your book. Like, I'm basically saying, foreseeing that I was going to do this. And I wrote notes to myself saying, look, don't go crazy. So that's the thing. It's like, in order for me to go forward with the books, I need to fix the past. And that was the cryptic message I made.
Yeah.
In my Facebook page, when I showed my Facebook post, when I posted, besides showing Shadow's Reign, picture of Shadow's Reign, I showed the Quantum Leap theme, and then the line striving to make right what once went wrong. That's me striving to make right where the covers went wrong.
Yeah.
So that's that. Very interested, besides doing these book projects, I'm very interested in working for the magazine again that I was working for.
Nice.
I got a lot of new writing material in the magazine. Also interested in working with some of my friends that I haven't worked in ages, where I work, at the mall there. I'm very excited about that. I'm also excited that I'm really pondering expanding this channel into 2 channels, which I'm looking at my friends' channels, like my friend Matt's channel, and there's a whole bunch of other people, and people have multiple channels for whatever it is, and I'm like, well, what's the big deal? So I do another channel. It's not monetized, but I'll build it up like I did this channel. I'm not giving it more attention, but I just sometimes maybe I could do other things on that channel. Like I remember I was talking to you about it. And I talk to my members about these things because you guys' opinions like matter to me. And when you were saying, oh, don't put the video game stuff on the channel, I'm saying, well, you know what? Maybe I should either do that on the other platform, or maybe I could just do it on another channel.
Because that's pretty much set up for video games.
Yeah.
And that way people go, okay. And here it might, if they see your video game, if they see the video games here, and you may forget to put something over there, and people go, what did Matrixlord forget to do a video? Or
yeah, you know what it is too. We have to start doing casts on that other platform.
Yeah,
because I didn't realize that people really like the cast rather than the video game stuff over there. Because once the door was open, that video game platform wanted talk shows, we jumped right through the door, right through the window.
Damn.
And we got like a lot of over there. It's followers rather than subscribers.
Yeah. And
we got a lot of followers like that. And then for whatever reason, I don't know why I stopped putting stuff on there. So we may make some casts tonight, and we may put some stuff on there.
That's good.
Maybe. I don't know. You have to work tomorrow?
Yeah, I do 11 to 7 tomorrow. I don't have to close. Thank you.
Right. Thank you.
We had a late truck today.
Right.
Oh God.
I don't miss those days that I had to unload trucks. Like, yeah. I remember when I was really young and I was doing that, and I was working overnight, and I freaking hated it. Yeah, I hated it. After a while, I felt like not even a person. I was unloading trucks when it was dark out. I was eating when it was dark out. It's just not normal. You have to work in the daylight. You know, it's like, even if you're not even in the day, you have, you know, it's like, it's just not, to me, it wasn't working. And then
my concept is this. If it's going to be like a 500 to 600 piece truck, fine. Have it come close to the afternoon.
Right.
But when it's going to be like an 7 to 800 piece on, don't have it come at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right. That's stupid.
Well, yeah, because the way they, I won't mention where we get our trucks from. So I'm saying,
yeah, I know.
But the way they pack these trucks.
Oh, I know, because I remember we used to have to unload the trucks, and they built the pallets like shit. And when you put a pallet jack in there, shit would fall apart.
Pallets, a lot of times.
We used to have 2 different types of trucks. We used to have the one truck called the DC, and then a Newburgh, right? And the DC was all the boxes were loose.
Yeah.
Just in the truck.
Yeah.
And you had to basically
PVC in the RRC.
You basically had the rollers that you attached to the truck.
Yeah.
Which the boxes would roll down the thing. You would also have to put pallets on this side and pallets on that side.
Yep.
This pallet is auto. This pallet's domestics. This pallet's housewares.
Yeah.
See, I know. This pallet is electronics. This pallet is what other departments they had? Freaking clothing, women clothing, and jewelry, and whatever. So we had pallets of everything, and then it was pallets of food, and there was whatever. So we would have to, and of course, people that pack the pallets have to know how to pack the pallets, so the pallets don't fall apart.
Yes.
So we used to have people that just didn't.
2 trucks ago. Oh yeah, 2 trucks ago. They did one which, oh God, we managed how it didn't fall off.
Right.
When we were pulling it down the ramps, I don't know, but there was another one where it didn't even, during the driver's driving, somehow it got cockeyed.
Right.
And the way our parking, the way our dock is set up, the driver literally has to come in the mornings.
Right.
I have lost count. Everybody has lost count. We watch these people literally speed by this truck as it backs up, or walks behind the truck while it's backing up.
Right.
And granted, the truck driver may get in trouble. We're all hoping these people, you deserve getting ran over if you're gonna. And there's been a couple of occasions where the buses that come by, they'll get frustrated. Well, they can go around.
I remember they used to have to get this truck in this small space, right? And the truck would hit the they would hit, like certain people that didn't know how to drive, they hit the fucking pole, they hit the fucking this. Then the town would call up, they would be like, dang, they would get fined. And they would have to try to squeeze in this small space to get this, and it was ridiculous. And I remember when we used to do the Newberg trucks, I think the truck was like almost going up like a hill inside the truck. And you basically had to really know how to drive a pallet jack, like how to control it. Because if you didn't, you can get fucking killed. Because the power of Clorox is like 1,000 pounds.
We had our last...
right. So you had to, first of all, you had to go running out of the fucking truck fast. But then you had to know your brain, how to swerve, and how to bounce, and how to whatever. So that way, when you got inside the fucking building, that pallet went like this, but then it went like this, and it was perfectly fucking fine. But then there was some people that just started that they wanted to, and then they fucking just, the whole pallet would get fucking destroyed.
We had our last two things on this truck was a couple of toolboxes that were stacked on top of each other. We had just the manual pallet jack because the one which we had, the motorized one, which when I first started, it wasn't worth it in the first place, and eventually it lost power, and I don't know when. You couldn't charge it with a damn. But anyway, to make a long story short, so I'm taking these toolboxes off, and had another gal spotting. I said, "Okay, let go now." I mean, I came down that thing, and how it didn't topple on me, I don't know. God was watching over, I admit. But that was the last thing that we had to take off. We sent the guy on his happy way. Problem is, with our dock, we've got 3 docks. We got the far dock, which we used when I first started there, and I always told people, don't fear the wall and carbonate. Right. And eventually they shifted over to another dock, and now we've got this dock door now.
We had such a big store that we worked at that the store was so huge you had to ride on we had this special pallet jack that was almost like a car that would go fucking one side of the store to the other side of the store. Because it was so fucking long to get to one side of the store to the other side of the store. It was ridiculous. And that was a weird thing. You unload the truck, pack it out, you sign, then you have someone signing it. Then you have to put everything back on the pallet that you couldn't finish, and then go into the stock room and store. And then you would have people that would store the pallets in the stock room. And what they would do is they would wrap up the pallets with shrink wrap.
We used to have to do that.
And they used to have the big mother pallets that would put shit all the way in the air, all the way up top.
Yeah, we didn't have that.
Because the facility back there was so big.
A squeeze. I think you call it a squeeze or something like that.
The pallet was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
But, it was a thing where people would never, you got lost in it. People, if you don't have people putting out this, and this is where the problem is with certain businesses, if you don't have someone going in the back room and emptying out the back room warehouse, then you'll never sell that stuff, and the stuff will go expired, and you'd be surprised what stuff's back there. I mean, we heard stories of Toys R Us having original Star Wars figures back there. Like all these different things, like that they never got to put out. And it could be there for decades and shit. So
there's stuff. I know full well there's stuff inside our upstairs stock room that's been there for at least 3 years.
I'm talking shit's been there longer than that.
Yeah.
So it's weird we're talking about retail, right? But back in the day, I worked just about everywhere. I remember one time I had a job as a telemarketer selling the Tyson fights. And that was a weird job. I had to get fucking dressed up with shoes and everything, and nobody ever fucking saw me.
Yeah.
Which is the stupidest thing, by the way. And I used to have to go on the phone, and I used to say, would you like to order the Tyson fight, and blah, blah, blah. And I got people to order it, but it was the worst. I hated it. I hated that stuff because it was like not, fuck what you watch. I mean, yeah, I did watch the Tyson fights. I did watch like whatever, but I wasn't that type of, fucking sell stupid shit like that.
Where I work now is my very first retail job. Otherwise, I worked fast food. I had the food service job from age 21, 22.
I started at 18. I worked in toy industry, and I continued to work in the toy industry, and that's sort of what started my you know, when I was a teenager and adult. With because I wasn't collecting toys, but when I was a teenager, then boom, I started, because I worked in a toy store. All the collectible stuff started coming in, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get the KB exclusive. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get that. FBO Schwartz exclusive. This exclusive. That exclusive. And I want them spending, working and spending my money buying, collecting the collectible toy stuff, which I used to, when I was young, I used to put on my wall in my room the whole sets of Star Trek Next Generation, Voyager Deep Space Nine. I used to put the Spider-Man, the Marvel Universe figures. I used to put all this stuff, and my whole wall was like a damn museum. And I used to have my comics on the wall.
That's what Casey's room is with video games. He's got.
I used to have my comics on the wall, and I used to have comics on the wall, and the toys on the wall, and my comic boxes, which I was very proud of my comic book collection.
Yeah.
Which that was my thing.
I've got comics.
Plus my big boom box. I had my big
closet. I got comics here.
Yeah.
I got comics in this heavy ass trunk that's inside my closet as well. But
we had a boom box too. Remember the big stereo thing?
Yes.
With the cassette. I had that. I freaking loved that shit. I had my cassettes. I had my cassettes of like ZZ Top and freaking Back to the Future. Right? I was like, oh shit. It was like, oh my God.
You were talking about getting dressed up for a job that nobody would see.
Nobody freaking see you.
Yeah. I still remember working for Harris Teeter, this grocery store chain around the North Carolina area.
Yeah.
We had to wear ties. Granted, I was working in the deli bakery, and to this day, I still think, let's see, we're working around slicers and we're wearing a tie.
That's the stupidest shit ever. Yeah. I never knew how to tie ties.
Me neither.
No matter how many times people showed me, and I never liked ties. When I had my look with being a writer, I would wear my blazers. I would wear my polo shirt with my blazers, or a fancy shirt with my blazers. But I never wore friggin' ties.
I tried
friggin' ties, man.
Mom even said one time, just tie it.
I hated that shit. I'm like, oh, this is hip. Me without a tie. And I was waiting for the day that you didn't have to wear friggin' ties. Like, just, I don't even like wearing bow ties either. It was just like ties.
The first tie I bought, it was at the Disney store. And it was when Aladdin first came out, the first one. I mean, like I said,
right.
I didn't know ties. This was like a $20 tie.
Yeah.
It turned out to be a silk tie, and I didn't know about this until maybe a month to 2 months later. But it was a nice Aladdin tie. I got it somewhere over there.
So I used to like, what I liked, but I never had the money to buy stuff. I liked when they had the Warner Brothers stores, because they used to have all these wonderful glasses of all the characters. But they were I always wanted to buy all.
I remember when restaurants, like fast food restaurants, would sell those things, and those were, I know.
I liked when Burger King had it. There was Kmart that had the Marvel Cops, or 7-Eleven had the Marvel Cops. I used to go crazy with that shit. I'm like, oh, I love this, And then they all stopped. And you don't have Kmart doing that anymore. You don't have this one doing it anymore. It's like, oh, where's the marketing? That was great.
What? I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Like Kmart.
Yeah. What's that?
Yeah, I know. And people don't know what the hell Kmart is. Yeah. But I got to tell you, the best thing about Kmart was the Super Pretzels.
Yeah.
Because they used to have Super Pretzels. Then afterwards, then they started getting Nathan's there and stuff like that, and Slurpees. But that was what I loved with Kmart was the drinks.
I will say when I lived over here on 51st and Lewis, we had a Super Kmart, which was and it was decent, but still.
After a while, it went to shit, and then you didn't go in there anymore. But then when it was gone, you missed it. Like, I miss it. So, like, now there's one damn Kmart, but it's so out of the way in the city that I want to go there sometimes because it's like Kmart. There's no Kmarts around, Yeah. But they did have some nice
Target about like maybe several miles from me.
They started getting all my hoodies, the really nice hoodies, like the stylish hoodies, they started getting at Kmart. And I'm like, oh shit. So now I want to go back to Kmart because I want to get some. Now Primark is in Staten Island Mall, and that I love their hoodies. I bought one already, my green one.
I was, like I said, I'm originally from Fairview Heights, Illinois. And there was a store there called Venture. And plus I lived in Bettendorf, Iowa, which I'm going to go see Dad on his 80th birthday back here.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah, turned big old 80. There was a store there called Yonkers.
Oh.
And that was in Duck Creek Mall.
Right.
And I will never forget the day. To this day, I will never forget it. Mom and me were in there. She was looking for something. There was like this, I think it was like some sort of little neck chief or something like that.
Yeah.
And she found it and says, Mom, don't get, it was a black one. It was a black one. I said, don't get black. Remember on that show, it said black death. Yeah. No sooner than the words were exiting my mouth. Of course, there was a black lady just right across, and she had this look like, I'm going to kill you.
Right.
But it's like, oops.
Wow.
But no, because that was the episode from, I think, Charlie's Angels, an old Charlie's Angels thing. And it's like, oops.
I wish that Wendy's here, too. I miss Wendy's, too.
The nearest Wendy's to me is up by the T-Mobile store.
Yeah, it's because if I had a car, I'd go there all the time, out of the way.
Oh, when I used to, when I was living in Chateau Knoll, the nearest Wendy's was like right across the way from the mid-high or the high school, either the mid-high or the high school.
Right.
And what was the greatest, I would walk home and I would stop off there, get a
Oh, me too. I would stop off when I was living in my other place. There was a Wendy's right there, and I would go like all the time. I would eat Wendy's, and I would have I love those drinks. They had a huge, what the hell was it called? Was it like a black cherry lemonade or some shit or whatever it was? And then I loved that shit and the fries and everything. I miss that so much. The only Wendy's we have now, well, there's two Wendy's, but one I could always go to if I take the ferry, and if I go into the city ferry station has the Wendy's in there. And I saw you had the A&W the other day. We don't have any more A&Ws over here.
Yeah, we've got an A&W Long John Silver's literally right outside
I miss A&W so much.
Which, by coincidence, that's also where my Twin Peaks is, too.
I saw you with the A&W bag, and I'm like, oh, I looked like my face because I'm like, I miss that. I miss that so much.
Yeah, because they've got...
I miss Friendly's when we used to have it. I miss Pizza Hut when we used to have it.
We
don't have that anymore.
We got Pizza Hut. We've got I went to Little Caesar. I went to a Caesar.
We don't have that anymore either.
I went to CC's the other day because you saw me like, damn it, I want to get my pizza run in, and finally got to do my pizza.
I had the Lamonti pizza tonight. It was freaking unbelievable. And they gave me a free slice. They were really nice. I was like, right by my house.
The two pizza joints I remember most of the Quad Cities. That's where Bettendorf is. It's part of the Quad Cities, like Bettendorf, Davenport, Iowa, and then Rock Island in Moline, Illinois. Happy Joe's, which they really redecorated, because when I used to live there, plus when I used to stay with Dad, one half would be the pizza joint, the other half would be like this little ice cream parlor type of thing.
I'm going to shut my camera for a second. I'm just going to go get a water. Hold on. I'm right here.
Okay.
Yeah, continue.
And one thing that I remember, then about a couple of years ago when my last time visited, I saw the whole totally redecorated. And it looked decent, but the other place I also remember is Godfather's Pizza.
Oh, we have a Goodfellas Pizza.
We had I don't know if it's still around, but yeah, Godfather's Pizza. That was also a good place.
Yeah, I'm a pizza nut, as everybody knows.
Same here.
I like regular pizza. I like Sicilian pizza. By my work over there in Jersey, they have I think I had it that time for my 40th birthday, right? The pizza was ridiculously huge. Remember that video?
Yes.
The slice was bigger than the damn freaking pie that time.
I can't remember if I was staying with Dad or I was visiting with Dad. I forget which.
Right. But
I had ordered a pizza from this place called Knights Inn Pizza up there in Quad Cities. got it. And they must have soaked that thing in so much oil and grease that it just
wow.
flopped.
I like different types of pizza. I like going to different pizza places too.
Yeah.
I love watching the guys' pizza reviews. You know, the one bite pizza. I freaking love that.
That was what
YouTuber.
was so
Barstool Sports. I love that channel.
Watch him make the pizza.
I watch his pizza reviews because he does. Not only does he go to New York and Staten Island. Was it Davey Page views, right? I think it's Barstool Sports. One bite. Everybody knows the rules. Like I love his show. He's fantastic. He's super, super, super famous. And I love watching him, you know, like I watch him as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because I love his pizza reviews. Nobody has a pizza review like he does. He's like the best. So check him out. But yeah. And you know what, getting to the subject of what we watch, because nobody really knows what we watch with YouTube. Look, it's not that we're just YouTubers also. I watch everybody.
Yeah.
I watch, you know, Monday Matt. I watch Philip DeFranco. I watch Logan Paul, Jake Paul, you know, KSI, Deji,
her friend,
Keemstar, Cloud Gang, Alyssa Vi. I watch all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because and I watch the Boogie.
I sent you a thing with the CGI animation. I watched that too. It's awesome.
Was it Boogie 2988? I watch him too. I watch all these guys, and it's great seeing them. You know, so like yes, YouTubers watch YouTubers. You know,
because science. I watched that guy, the Nerdist news with Jessica. I'm drooling here. Jessica Chobot. Damn it, that damn drooling problem. I need my drooling bucket again.
Right. So,
which is kind of strange because Jessica Chobot was in one of the Mass Effect video games.
Okay.
In the second one, I think. Yeah, she was in the second one.
So yeah, brief recap with the video game situation too. You know, it's like I go to work, and I come home, and it's the podcast time. You know. And then if I'm not podcasting, I'm video gaming. If I'm not video gaming, I'm sleeping.
Yes.
But there has to be time to writing. So it's like all these different jobs. I'm taking on more stuff. I haven't been getting that much sleep. And that's been bad. That's been really, really bad. So, you know, don't be too surprised if Matrixlord doesn't pop out videos in 1 day or 2 days because,
at some point in time, he has his camera off and go, Matrixlord, wake up.
Yeah. Well, no, you'll never see me fall asleep on here. Well, that might have happened almost one time. You know, like here and there, I make sure I smack myself the next time, make sure it don't happen again. But no, it doesn't really happen. No.
What a certain cast member we have, but he'll remain nameless.
Right. No, I won't fall asleep. But I've been going to bed. I mean, you know, today I got home really late, beyond late for me.
Yeah, I got.
So I'm talking to Sharon. I'm like, it's 12 o'clock already. She's like, you just got over, you know. And then we're doing casts. Like, you know, we try to get some casts in there before 12 o'clock. You know, because I try to put stuff out every day. You know, so the subscribers have stuff. Which I feel bad because I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said that they're saying, oh, you do a lot of videos, and I'm like, I am really bad with it lately, and because we do so many videos, you don't even notice.
Yeah.
If we're not up to YouTube quote. I'm not saying YouTube quota that we have to do it, but if you go by my channel, how many I put out a year, right? It's 1,000 a year somehow, give or take. Some years we come up shy, which then it would be a thing you have to make up or whatever. See, I like having 1,000 videos a year, you know, because then you can go by, I've been on YouTube since the end, you know, 2011. So then by the year. So, we should be at 7,000 videos.
Well, I keep meaning to do a walkabout.
We should be at 7,000 videos by December 11th, but it's not going to happen this year because it's going to be hundreds and hundreds low. I mean, because other things happen, you know, life happens.
Do a walkabout, and it's just like, I'll start doing them, and halfway through, it's like, this is boring.
It used to bother me because I used to want to say I had to have 1,000 out a year. Now I don't care, but it bothers me a little bit. You know, it's not like I'm going to pop out 300 videos just in time. I mean, who knows? Things could happen where we pop out 400. It's not going to be planned, but if stuff comes up with Doctor Who, we could be doing like 15 casts or 20 casts on one damn episode. I don't know. But it would be nice to reach the 7,000 videos by December 11th. I don't know if it's going to happen. I think we're 335 shy, or maybe 325 shy. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the numbers, but
I know Neil McCoy is coming up to his 1,000 limit in about 3 days.
We got 6,600 and something.
I'm going to have to look. I don't remember, but Neil McCoy, he's been doing his morning Pledge of Allegiance since this last presidential election.
Right. They're saying, Social Blade is saying we have 6,677. So in order for it to be normal for Matrixlord standards, by December 11th, we would have 7,000, which, again, don't count on it. But if it happens, it happens. And also, too, people are like, know what's in my head. I really, really, really want to get another book out before the year is over. It bothers me if I don't. It really does. When I set goals for myself, it's very rare if I don't make my goals. And if I don't make my goals, you don't even know how hard I am on myself, because, I have this objective in my head, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Anybody else, they would, but
when I get started on something, I want to.
Oh, yeah.
And if I'm constantly interrupted, it's like
I'll move heaven itself just to get my shit done. I'll work so hard that I'll be with a cane and a wheel, just to make enough money to get caught up and then get these books out, and it will probably never be like 2012, where I put out 5 books, I think it was. That was crazy. But of course, because I put all those books out that year, I made some mistakes, because I was editing and working with the publisher multiple times on multiple projects at the same time. And this is why, because of that mistake, I have to go back and I have to fix some. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, we're going to get out of here for now. Thank you, Scott. Take care. Bye for now.